going on, people? It's Friday. It's time to get freaky and naked. Just throw off all them damn clothes and just do whatever you want to do. How's everybody doing? It's Friday. It is another month. Can you believe that? July 1st. Wow. 7 months down. 7 months are down. Time's going by quickly. Time's going by real quickly. Got the World Games coming up. God pray for us. God help us. We're going to talk about the World Games. We're going to talk about being incompetent. We're going to talk about being mishandling funds. We're going to talk about negligence. We're going to talk about all of that. And then we're going to begin by there's a video that has gone from one social page to another, and it has to do with the couple, with the mother and her ex, the father of her child, thought his child to McDonald's, and she already has 3 children from other fathers, from other individuals, and now it's coming out that it was a skit, that they were just, it was just a skit, it was just a play. It wasn't nothing serious, but it caused a lot of conflict and a lot of opinions going on, and so but it brought up a good point. Whether you look at it or not, it brought the dialogue, it brought a discussion about, and that's what we need to do, because there are numerous occasions or experiences or situations and circumstances in which individuals have been involved in this, that you marry an individual that is already with children. The children are not yours while you are together. You step up and you take care of all the children, but you don't have one of your own between the two of you yet, but then you have one. So now you have her children, and then you have your child. Now I understand the concept that when you marry everybody that's involved, and that's the family. That's just her and her children. That's not her family. You did not marry her family, and if that is the case, I would be very cautious, because sometimes you can get individuals in the family who are messy as hell and are jealous, and they cause more mess than the actual individuals in the relationship. So you only married that individual and her children. You don't marry her family, and if that's the case, I would be very cautious. So, but while you're together, you're stepping up as a man and you're taking care of someone else's children. Then, for whatever reason, you split up. My opinion, once you split up, the obligation that you had, or the moral standpoint of it, is no longer there. You're not responsible for the other children. You're only responsible for your child. Now, people are saying that, well, that's his siblings, and if he was a true man. No, that has nothing to do with being a true man. He was being a man. He's taking care of his child. His responsibility is not to those other children. And if there's a misunderstanding, well, then the mother should sit down and talk to the children. Now, this thing is about, well, you're going to cause bad feelings between the one that has a father that is active in his life and participates in his life, and then you're going to have his siblings whose fathers are not as active, or is not as attentive, or is not as involved. That's not your child's problem. That's not your child's problem. And if there's any animosity between the two groups of siblings, well, then the mother or the parents or somebody needs to sit down and explain to the others that your dad aren't whatever, which means that you have to step up to the plate even more so because you put yourself in that predicament. Because I understand having you getting pregnant twice. Really, I can understand really only once. But for an individual to get pregnant three other times and have three children by two daddies or by three daddies, there is no common sense in that. You're a damn hoe. You're just a whore. There's no reason for a woman to have more than one child with different individuals. There's no reason for it. Ain't that much dick in this damn world. That's negligence. That's being irresponsible. So, the father of his child was doing his responsibility. He did step up. Now, she had food stamps. So her food stamps did not last to the end of the month. That's not his problem. That's her problem. You using your food stamps to take care of yourself and not take care of your children. Listen, my mama was 16 years old when she had me. I was blessed in that her family didn't turn their backs on her. So I was raised with my maternal grandparents on my maternal family. I had surrogates. Now, my father did marry my mom, and so we moved in, they moved in with my maternal grandparents, Mama and Papa. But Mama took care of me, took care of my sisters first. We came first. Mama did without for a long time because we came first. We were dressed better than my mama was. My mama never focused on herself. Now, my mother was a seamstress, or was a sewer seamstress, so she could sew. And then my grandmother and my great grandmother were seamstresses. So mama always had clothes, but her children always came first. We were never second in my mama's life. Never. And even with mama being 16 years old, we would never, mama always reminded me, I am not your friend. I am your mom. I am your mother. So even though there's 16 years difference between us, I knew my place. And as I've told y'all many times before, I was taught to know your place, to stay in your place, to accept your place. I didn't have a problem with that. Even today, I know my place, I stay in my place, I accept my place. Same thing with this mother and her children. She's being irresponsible and she's being negligent. Because for her to take the food and to step on it or throw it away and all, that's totally disrespectful. And for her not to have the management skills to handle the food stamp, well, then it is what it is. But for individuals to think that, and technically, he was responsible, or he is responsible for his own. Now, if you want to put morality in it, well, then yeah. But morality has nothing to do with this. They are no longer together. And what about birthday? What about Christmas? Do you expect this guy to buy, just because his son has a birthday, that when he buys gifts for his son on his birthday, that he's supposed to buy gifts for the others? No. And what about Christmas? Do you think that during Christmas time that he is responsible or required to buy gifts for the others? No, they're not. No, they're not. He is only responsible for his other. And I don't want to hear that word children are children. Yes, they are. And they should be taken care of. And if the mother cannot take care of the children, well, then something needs to be done then. I hate foster care. I hate foster care. I think foster care should be revamped and redone because there are a lot of horror stories. But there's something should be arranged so that way all those children are taken care of. because for a mother to take the food stamps and to have her hair done, to have her nails done, to have them eyelashes, it's questionable. And then again, somebody brought up the point was the 4th of July. Now, see, I don't understand. I don't understand, especially with having these birthday parties for 1 to 4 year olds. And then the birthday parties are not, yes, you have a cake and all that, but it's really focused on the adult. The children are not even going to know about the damn birthday. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, what the hell is going on? And don't really care about the birthday. It's not about the kids. It's always about the adults. You buying over $200 worth of liquor and food and ribs and all that. Why? You can just have a small cake with just the immediate family to celebrate the life. Because 9 times out of 10, the individuals that you have invited over to celebrate your child's birthday, they don't give a happy goddamn about your child. They just want to eat and drink and get the hell on along the way. And you know it as well as I do. You don't have that many friends. So why are you feeding these fools? What's the purpose? Our priorities are fucked up. Our priorities are messed up. We don't know what priorities are. We don't know about budgeting. We don't know how to take care of what we have. But the father did what the father was supposed to do. He took care of his own. Now, some people have suggested that, yes, he could have taken the child to McDonald's, or the mother of the other children, period, could have called and asked, if you're going by McDonald's, would you mind buying for the other 3? Or he could have used that McDonald's money and gone to the grocery store, bought some hamburger helper, or bought some weenies and some hot dog buns, and she could have fixed a supper or lunch or prepared something to eat for all 4 of them. Hamburger helper is damn good. Don't laugh at it. Shoot. That was some good food. And then you add to it. You can add onions, scallions. You can add cheese. You can add salsa. You can make it so that way it will feed. But see, the women these days, they don't know how to prepare. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to take care of a household. They just know how to go around and giving out their pussy to everybody who wants to take it. There's no type of responsibility. Priorities are messed up. And there was this old saying about, what is it? Daddy something, but it's always left up to the woman to take care of it, and she has to understand that. At the end of the day, in the bigger picture, you would hope that the man would be responsible and step up to the place to take responsibility of his own. But we know that that's not always true, because the men are as much whores as what the women are. And both of you knew that each one of you were whore, but yet you lay down with each other. Now, since the Supreme Court has done away with Roe v. Wade and is left up to the state, but then if you are telling the woman that she has to have the baby, well, then you need to tell the man he needs to keep his ass around to take care of the baby. That when the baby is born, the father has to give up his Social Security card and all valid information. So just in case, it's automatically that when the mother has to go to human resources, that they have access to the information for the father, and he is automatically put on child support. And better yet, when the child is born, a DNA test is given before anything to find out if this baby is this man's child. Again, I say, when the baby is born, if there's a way, if it's cheaper to find out the DNA of the child before the baby is born, to find out who the actual father is, then that should be done. Then the valid and pertinent information of the dad should be in on file. So if and when that father stops being responsible for that child or never has started, well, then DHR can go in, already know that, yes, you are the father. Yes, we are going to make sure that you are put on child support. And if you don't pay for child support, we're going to put your ass in jail. And they say, well, he still won't be able to pay. But after a certain time period, he is still on record. And when and if he does get a job, the back pay is taken out automatically. Hold the individuals responsible. Hold them responsible. Because it is mentally abusive for a woman to tell a man that this is his child, and she knows already that the child is not his. And once that father has gained that love and that trust for that child, it is devastating to find out that I have given my life to this child. Because let me tell you, a child will change your life. In most cases, will better your life. Listen, I taught over 25 years. I've seen my boys who were actual thugs, and understand, you can't call them because I know my boys. But I've seen these hardcore, streetwise individuals become teddy bears and have turned their lives around and have become productive individuals who have become father figures when they never had a father figure. They had the father in them. I taught the true, authentic Crips, Bloods, and Disciples in '88. I taught the leaders. I taught the true, authentic ones. And now to see these guys turn into these men who are productive, who are entrepreneurs, who have stepped up and to become this picture of fatherhood. Now don't get it twisted. They still got it in them. They still got that dog in them. But when you see them around their children, especially little girls, when you see them around their children, that hardcore melts away. They're loving, they're attentive, they're nurturing. There's a partnership between the mother of the children. So a child will change an individual's life. So when that child is brought into this world and this man has been told that this baby is his life has changed for the better. And then you rip it out, you tear it out, you abuse this man's mental capacity. And 9 times out of 10, he is still going to love the child, and he is still going to be there for the child. And you can't blame him if he's not. That's your fault. That's the mother's fault. You should have been truthful in the beginning. That's why I tell my boys all the time, before you accept the responsibility of that child, you make sure that you get a DNA. And if the mother of that child gets upset because of that, well, then that's not your problem. That's not your problem. That's her problem. That's her problem. But you do a DNA test before you sign anything. And if you already are in the situation to where you document everything, and better yet, you put yourself on child support so that way nothing can be said. Because these women, these girls, can be the image of Mother Teresa, of the Blessed Mother. But yet, when another female comes into the picture, that sweet little Betty Crocker, Annie Penny, whatever, becomes a bitch from hell. So to erase all of that, to prohibit, or to, what's the word, to stop it from becoming, you already have documentation in black and white. Because a child will change your life. And 98% of the time, it's for the better. Because I've witnessed it. I've seen these boys who did not have father figures. I've seen these boys who had to learn on their own. I've seen and I've watched and I've witnessed these boys who didn't even have a mama. And a child changed their lives, made them better, and they had the father in them. I witnessed it. I've seen homeless kids, homeless boys become productive men because they did not have the house, or they did not have the family because of whatever reason. But I've seen what a child can do to a man's life. Too many examples out there. So for this mother to belittle this her father, the father of her child, she was wrong. Now I do give them a compliment, or give them an applause, because if this was a skit, it was a damn good skit, because it was something that was a necessity. It was needed to be talked about, because you have individuals going through this now. But you're responsible for, no, I'm not responsible for the others. Where are the others' fathers? I'm only responsible for this child. I'm going to step up for this child. And if she gets to the point to where she becomes irresponsible, then you take her to court. You take her to court and you get full custody of your child. But make sure and understand you get an attorney that deals with family law, that understands the rights of a father. Now, it's going to cost you. Understand, it's going to cost you. But it's an investment. You use that money for everything else. You can use the money to get you an attorney who knows the ropes, who knows the avenues and the detours, who knows the law when it comes to father's rights, that can fight for you. Because you best believe the mother of the child is going to have representation. The father should too. Because a father can be as nurturing, can be as loving, can be as attentive as what a mother can. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. So in the bigger picture, the woman was wrong. She should have taken care, been more responsible when it came to the food stamp. She should not have used, and if she did, she should not have used the food stamps to get her hair done, to get her nails done, to get her eyebrows, eyelashes, or whatever. And he should put that. He stepped up to take care of his child. The mother is negligent. She didn't think about her children. So it is what it is. But anyway. So, oh boy. Now we have the World Games 2022, Birmingham. There's so much bullshit going on. so much negligence, so much what's the word? Mismanagement, mishandling. What's the words that I use? Let me look up the words that I use. Where are you? 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 Mismanagement, negligence, incompetence, arrogance, mishandling. Again, mismanagement, negligence, incompetence, arrogance, mishandling. Because, see, the first issue that came out openly had to do with the shelters, the accommodations for the homeless. Now, initially, this architect is a cross between Jimmy the Cricket and a hobbit. I think his name is Lanier. Didn't know what the hell he was doing. So they received, was it 200,000 K to build these shelters, as well as the materials to build the shelter. The shelters were to have been built behind this barbed wire fenced enclosure, which looked like a concentration camp. The shelters were A-frames, which they had not been approved. They were called prototypes. It was built out of plywood. A-frame looked like a old-fashioned chicken coop. Now, this Jimmy the Cricket hobbit had the audacity to say that he slept overnight in one and it was comfortable, and he lied. So, and then there was a partnership between the city and this organization that is called Project Compassion, I think it is. But now, because of whatever and see, the one thing about it is, if you are an architect or if you are in city council or in city government or something, and you knew 3 years ahead that there were certain things that were to have been in place, and especially you know that there is a concern and issue with homeless downtown, and that the World Games were going to encompass those areas in which the homeless gather, and you know that there are streets that are going to be closed that's going to push the homeless away, and you knew that accommodations, shelters, and all that were to, why would you wait a week before the World Games to haphazardly throw these A-frames together, which you did not do? And then because of, let's try to be politically correct, because of miscommunication, now Project Compassion says that they are not in partnership with the city. So now there is no accommodations, no shelters from the homeless. Now, Randy, who's an incompetent mayor, has all of a sudden gone through the neighborhoods and he sees what the slumlords are not taking care of their property. And now that he is supposedly for a photo op, said that they're going to have send out warnings to these slumlords, to these property owners, that they have a time period to get their property straight. But why wasn't this done before now? And where are the city councilors that represent these districts? How come you don't know what's happening? And how many neighborhood association meetings have the city council visited in their district? How active, how visible, how attentive are the city councilors to their districts? But now you have this mayor that's incompetent, that's childish, that is boorish, that is in the pocket of white folks, and his head is up the white man's ass so far that he can't even see whatever. But now all of a sudden he sees the properties. But yet he always wants to have his ass taking pictures with all these celebrities. So see, his priorities are fucked up because he don't have any when it comes to the city of Birmingham. Because if he had learned anything from COVID, he would have learned how to be attentive, how to be focused, how to be motivated, determined to make sure that Birmingham is run properly, that is managed properly. So now the question is, what happened to the money? Where is this 200,000 K that you've given for materials to build the shelter? And while you were having these committee meetings or these meetings, did you invite the organizations that deal with the homeless, such as Salvation Army, Jesse's Place, which is a member of Jimmy Hale's mission, then Jimmy Hale's mission in the firehouse? Did you incorporate, did you include, and then Star Rob, did you include these organizations and individuals in the discussion on how to deal or how to handle with the issue of the homeless? Were they involved? Because if you had invited those organizations and individuals that deal with the homeless on a regular, yearly, and every day, you could have used that 200,000 K and given to the organizations so that way they could enhance their programs and help with the issue of the homeless. But now, because of incompetence, because of mismanaging, because of negligence, because of pompousness, because of indifference, because of apathy, because of you don't give a happy goddamn about the homeless, the issue of the homeless has not been rectified nor solved because there are no shelters. And you claim that materials were stolen. How were materials stolen when you have this enclosure, this barbed wire enclosure? How did they get the materials out? And who's going to be held responsible for finding out where the materials went and what is going to happen to the remaining 200,000 K? So Ray, Randy, Randall Whiffen, the mayor of Birmingham, you childish ass, and Crystal Smitherman, did you drop the ball, boo-boo? Miss Name Brand? Did you drop the ball? Did you not understand what the assignment was? Was it because of your incompetence? Because of your negligence? Because of you mishandling, mismanaged? That there's no partnership between the city and Project Compassion now? Is it because you dropped the ball? Because you didn't know what the hell you were doing? Did you not understand the assignment, baby? See, if you quit bleaching your hair, maybe the chemicals wouldn't get into your brain so much. But you know, at the end of the day, Randall, you're going to be held responsible because you are the mayor of Birmingham. You did not surround yourself with individuals who were expert, who had the expertise in handling the issue of the homeless. That's what a good leader does. He surrounds or she surrounds herself or himself with individuals who know how to get the job done. And you have individuals. You have one of my former students. And because of your negligence, because of your incompetence, because of your mismanaging and mishandling, what about security now? You can't make the policemen all of a sudden give up their days to all of a sudden do that. That's your responsibility. Where's the security, Randy? Where's the security? And then you expect the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department to come up with the security? You did not give the sheriff adequate time when he was developing his budget to put the additional funding for the additional security. And does anybody know exactly what the guidelines were? From what I understand, you cannot, they're going to search your cars and you cannot have a weapon in your car. So where are the guidelines? Who knows what the guidelines are that if you're down there, are you going to be searched? Or can you have a weapon on you? Can you have a gun on you? Because if you remember, KK, the governor, has already signed in that you don't need a permit, that you can carry it whenever you want to. So how are you going to handle that, Randy? Mismanagement, mishandling, negligence, incompetence, pompousness, apathy, indifference. Don't give a happy goddamn. Because we fail to realize, as I have stated many times, any one of us can be homeless anytime. 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 Because most of us are living from paycheck to paycheck. And anytime a travescopic event can happen that can wipe us out and we can be homeless. And if the city of Birmingham was doing what it was supposed to be doing, being adequately involved, focusing on the issues of the city, homelessness, elderly, veterans, children, and we're providing services, having new buildings or new businesses. Whoever handles 5 Points West, do you have a grant writer? Do you know of any grant that you could apply for that would bring in the necessary revenue or funds so that way you can make the swimming pool over, I think it's Sportsplex, to be a state-of-the-art swimming pool so that way you can have the Olympic coaches coming over that they can train their individuals at the pool, which means you're going to have the accommodation. You're going to have the food. You're going to have everything that will accommodate the teams coming over. So whoever is over there, 5 Points West, whatever council person, have you checked into what grants there are to help you get that state-of-the-art pool? Randy, do you have a grant writer for the city of Birmingham? Is there a grant writer for the city of Birmingham? Because as I told you before Kincaid became in office, you had a damn good grant writer that was bringing the money in. During Langford and I think Arrington's administration, you had a grant writer who knew exactly, had the expertise of knowing how to formulate these grants, and were getting the grant, getting the funds, getting the revenues that were needed, that was a necessity in running the city. But because of the grant writer making more than Kincaid fired him. So do you have a grant writer? So 5 Points West, whoever the council individual is, have you checked into grants that can be utilized to build a state-of-the-art pool so that way you could have the world people come, the Olympic people from different countries coming over to Birmingham because you have the facilities to take care of their needs? The councilmen that deal with downtown, the council of the district that could handle the monorail system. Jefferson County, do you have the individuals? That can take care of the monorail system? Where are the grant writers? Because it can be done. So again, incompetence, negligence, pompousness, arrogance, indifference, apathy, mishandling, mismanaging, not knowing what the hell you're doing. There's no shelters for the homeless. Now you did open that, I guess call it a cooling station. It will be whoop-dee. And then on top of that, you're saying that the homeless can stay there, but no food can come in. What kind of logic is that? And you claim that the slumlords or the landowners have to be accountable. Well, where's your accountability? Shay, LaShonda Scales? I think an investigation should be requested from the state attorneys general to find out where this money has gone. Was it mismanaged? Misused? Whose pocket did it go into? Or pockets? Because the street's saying that there's no transparency because you have entities that are involved that really don't care, but as long as their pockets are being lined and they have these smoke screens and these mirrors up, they don't care. So is this what we have to look forward to? Because those of you who know Smitherman, those of you who know Randall, and you're not being actual friends with them, instead of being yes people, you're not being honest with them and telling them that you fucking up, then you are as much as a problem as what they are. And I'm so blessed to have individuals in my life, former students and friends, who have no problem telling me, you need to calm down. And would tell me straight up, be honest with me. You have the World Games in 1 week. The entire downtown and close to UAB is going to be closed. Do you know those streets and those avenues that are being closed? Do you know what routes that you're going to have to take to get to work or to do whatever? Because downtown is closed. Do you know the rules and guidelines on what you can and can't do? Are you going to be searched? Are the cars going to be searched? Where are the vehicles going to park? Do you have adequate parking? Do you have adequate security? Because at this point, it's my understanding that you don't. And then you have burdened the police department overwhelmingly because all the districts, all the headquarters are not fully funded or fully staffed when it comes to the police. And you expect these policemen and these policewomen to all of a sudden just volunteer? No, you run them ragged. And then you don't treat them with professionalism. You have no respect for them. And you expect them for the morals to be up? Get out of here. And Randy, did you give back what you took during COVID? Did you give back what you took? Did you increase the funding? Did you give back the funding with what you decreased or what you took away? And when it comes to the foot soldiers, are you still making them pay for business license, which you should not do? The history, they have a history. They never had to pay for now. Why now? And I have a question. If you are a city council, now people need to understand, city council is not a full-time job. They have jobs of their own. So with you being a city councilor, your insurance, is it being paid by me, the taxpayers, or do you have your own insurance with your company? Because if your insurance should be paid by your own company. It should not be paid by city funds. It should not be paid by my money. You knew what you were getting into when you run. And I don't think you should receive any more raises because technically you ain't doing shit. There should be no more raises for the city council. And then it goes back to the neighborhood associations. Are you holding your council person responsible? Are you holding them responsible? Are you making them known that we know that you're not doing this and doing that? Because see, again, we vote on popularity. Now, a long time ago, during the dark ages, when I was younger, popularity meant responsibility. But it doesn't go hand in hand no more, because you can have the popularity, you can be this wonderful individual, but you fucked up as a leader, as an administrator, because you don't have the experience, you don't have the receipts, you do not know the district, you only know your church, you only know the convention, you know those organizations that deal with your church, you don't know the neighborhood, you don't know the district, and the only thing you know is how to be a whore and give your dick to everybody who'll get it. So see, long time ago, popularity would equate to responsibility. But the two don't go together no more. And we have got to quit voting on popularity. We have to vote on responsibility. Do the individuals know the issue? Do they understand the issues, the concerns, the problems? And do they have solutions? Or do they know who to go to create the solutions, to handle those issues, to handle those problems? Just like when it comes to homelessness. Did you contact Salvation Army? Did you contact Jimmy Hill's Mission? Did you contact Jesse's Place? Did you contact the firehouse? Did you contact individuals like Star Rob? And you go to TikTok and follow Star Rob, because she has videos that would back up what I've said. Star Rob on TikTok. So this is what we have to look forward to. We have a week before the World Games and we're fucked up. You cannot say that we're going to be secure when the games get here. And God help us if some type of tragedy happens because of you being negligent, Randy. Because that's going to put a blemish and it's going to tarnish your reputation, because you as mayor are the one that's going to be held responsible. You need to find the funding for the sheriff's department, so that way if the sheriff is able to get the deputies to do it with it, that's good. You need to leave the policemen alone. They're worn out. Their equipment is out of date. The fire department and the police deserve a raise. The elderly, the homeless, the veterans, the children, they need social services and solutions to those issues. You need businesses that are going to be consistent, that are going to be constant, bringing in the revenue that is going to be required to run, to maintain the city. You need to get your head out of the asses of these old white men who don't know what the hell they're doing, or who don't really care about Birmingham. You need to focus on Birmingham and stop focusing on these damn white folks. Look at the statistics. The black population is declining. The white population is increasing. And understand that Birmingham is going to have another white mayor. Understand that, because of your negligence, because of your apathy. Expect it. Expect it. Look forward to it. So, Mayor Randall Woodfin, what you gonna do, boo? Crystal Smitherman, Miss Name Brand, how you gonna rectify the situation? Because you're nothing like your parents. Nothing like them. Nothing like them. Nothing. It's as if you were adopted. Councilwoman Scales, they need to be cautious, because you're becoming more vocal and more visible. That means that You have gotten over your loss. You have gained your second win. You want to be hell, and people don't know you. You better watch out. When scales is more visible, you in trouble because those of you who did not support scales, oh, she's after y'all. Oh, yes, she is. She's after y'all because scales comes with chains, strings, and snares. She doesn't give stuff like the Smithman. She doesn't give Smith stuff like Langford or like Robinson. So when the Smithmans gave me money, there was no strings attached. When Langford gave me money, there was no strings attached. When Robinson gave me money, there was no strings attached. They gave because they understand the importance and they supported me. With Scales and all, ooh, Scales has chains, Chains, along with strings and along with snares, because if you don't do what she wants to, she's going to be after you. But understand, she's good at what she does. She knows how to put up these fogs. She knows how to put up the smoke. She knows how to put up these mirrors. She knows how to twist things. So y'all better be careful. So Councilwoman Scales, I think you need to get in touch with the State Attorney General, and I think you need to request for there to be an investigation on possible alleged mismanagement, mishandling of funds. So where's this 200,000 K? Where's the money? Where's the remaining money? What was left? What was the balance of the money left after buying the materials? Where are the receipts? Where are the tickets? And if the materials were stolen, how much was stolen? How were they stolen? Where's the remaining fund? Who has the money? Because Randy, I'm telling you, you in for a fight. If you run again, Scales is after you, boo-boo. Because she's got receipt. She has receipt. And those of you, again, who did not support her, and basically you backstabbed her, oh, she's going to get you. She's going to get you. So I have an open invitation to the mayor. If you ain't too scared to come on the show to talk, bring your receipts. You have an open invitation. You're welcome anytime. Krista Smitherman, name brand, same thing for you. If you ain't scared, come on the show. Scale, favor, you know we go back a long way. You know me as well as I know you. We go back a long way. You're more than happy to come anytime. All you have to do is just call. DM me, boo. Call me, boo. Platform's open to you. Platform's open to all the city council. The platform is open to all neighborhood associations. My platform is your platform. That's why I'm here. If you have an issue, we can talk about it. We can make it public. Because not only is Smash Bros Radio on Facebook, we on YouTube now. So if you have not done so, please go and follow Smash Bros Radio on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Smash Bros Radio. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Like, follow, share. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your side pieces, tell everybody. Like, share, follow Smash Bros Radio. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I'm OZZz. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. Instagram is OZZz_show. TikTok is OZZz1960. Facebook is OZZz, OZZz, 3 Z's. And also, all lowercase, no spaces, the AMs with fumes. Like, follow, share. I'm here for you. So Ray, Randy, Rando, I'm open for you, baby. Come on my show. Let's talk. Bring the receipts. Miss Name Brand, Crystal, Smitherman, ain't nothing like your parents. Come on the show, baby. Scale, you know I got love for you, boo. I don't trust you, but I got love for you. Come on the show. Let's talk. Take advantage of what I got, boo-boo. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. I don't know what to tell you about the 4th of July because technically we have no liberties and I won't be celebrating the 4th. I won't be celebrating the 4th until everything is rectified because the question of privacy is now in question. So go out and vote blue. That's all we can do. It's going to be easy to vote this year. If you have not registered to vote, please register to vote. Easiest time to vote. You don't even have to read anything that's under the Democrat at the top. All you have to do is push that little thing down, switch down. It votes for everybody who's a Democrat. Because you can't trust anybody who's Republican. That's even friends. You cannot trust your friends if they're Republican. Especially if you're black. And I say it again, if you are black and you have white friends or even black friends that are Republicans, you better not trust them because you can't trust them. They're low-down sons of bitches. But as always, know your value, know your worth, know that you are the one that can create and eliminate obstacles. And most importantly, know that I love you more than I love my luggage. I will see y'all Monday. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful weekend.
The live stream on the show.
On
the show. The live stream. On the show. The live stream. The live stream on the show.